All right, we are back with some live drum practice. It's been a couple weeks off. Just jumping back into things. Gonna hit American Girl again. Just really want to try to finish this song up and do some tracking for all the parts. If you guys want to support the channel, become a member at our website, musicbythemeasurespro.com. We have sheet music resources for you guys. All right, so here is the beat. We're playing 1 and 2 E and 3. So really gonna try to get like the whole verse section down today, and all the little changes that are running throughout it. So a little bit of sight reading, a little bit just warming up. Full speed on the song is 115. I'm gonna do it around 60. And 3 and 4. So since this is kind of generally just the idea of the verse, some variation throughout, I'm just going to do a quick record segment of that. This kind of helps me just put out different videos. And, while you're practicing, get something else done. So, all right, we'll do those 4 measures. It's kind of like a nice little verse idea loop. Good for me to practice and good to record these. So. Try to see if I can play it 2 times in a row correct. Well, good luck to me. One and 2 E and 3 and. Not bad. I'd like it a little bit tighter than that. Good. Sounds pretty good. All right. So next 4 measures of the verse are exactly the same. So really don't need to practice that. Got the idea of that. Then kind of changes stuff up and leads up to the chorus. So I got to make sure I'm doing the right 4 verses. All right. So that's the last 4. We want to do these 4. Really the only big difference here. Let's get this looped before I start talking and forget what I'm doing. Only big difference here is that we're putting that crash on the 4 of the 3rd measure. So we're going, and our kick drum pattern's changing too. So we're going 1 and 2 and. So not that hard, right? Just not that much of a variation. If anything, it's a little bit easier with that one less kick drum going on. So let's look at what's going on in the last 4 measures. Again, not big differences throughout, right? The verse pattern, kind of get that basic idea down, and you can grow from there. So the first measure of the last 4, and then he brings that extra kick drum back in. 1 and 2 E in. This time, measure 3 doesn't have the open hi-hat. Gotta play it in time. Sometimes that is enough to just mess me up, right? That one thing that changes. So, sometimes I'll run through this and put that open hi-hat in. Try not to. Try to play it how the track is written. The last measure. And then just loops from there. So let's do a little 4-bar loop of this, and then we'll just start putting the whole thing together. And the whole thing's harder for me, right? Because I can't lose my focus because we're essentially doing like 16 measures in a row, and I have to concentrate. It's not always a skill of mine, especially on a Sunday morning, little 12:03, not that early. That in. All right, I'm ready to do all 16 bars. The wise thing probably would be do 8 and 8. I'll just do 16 and I'll flub here or there. I'm not working on perfection right now. I'm just working on like maintaining it, getting a really good idea of it more than anything else right now. And 4 and 1. Let's zoom out just a little bit to make it easier for us. For me, if you guys are playing, it'd be easier for you too. See those transitions? I gotta think about them. did it again. I just breezed right through that. I was like congratulating myself in my head because I was like, heck yeah, you nailed that one. You nailed that one before. And then I missed that next change. All just little things. I think we start speeding it up though, forcing my sight reading quicker and quicker, which will probably cause some more flubs, but that's how we learn. We learn through mistakes. So we'll just highlight the same thing, 64, just pushing a little bit, not too much. Just aggravated because I lost my focus because I looked at something on one of the other screens. The idea's get in there though, so probably shouldn't have stopped it. Probably should have just gone and jumped back in. All right, let's do that again. Let's keep doing that. Don't feel like I'm tight as I want to be. Again, I really haven't played a lot of drums in 2 weeks. Was fixing some technology issues, so like some of this is just for the 400th time getting back into it, getting more comfortable again. feeling good. Let's keep speeding it up. Right now, especially getting back into it, speed is not my goal. Tightness and just a good flow, good mechanics is more what I care about. And now that I hopefully have all this tech stuff wrapped up, hopefully it's just pounded out in the next week. I was slipping a little bit on the 16th notes. So I wanted to stop and really count those out, and then that passage stopped. Just don't feel like they're as tight as they were at 64. And not making mistakes. Wrong part. So we're going to push one tempo faster, knowing that I'm a little rough. Just to see if we can, I don't know, keep playing sloppy, I guess. So we were at 64, 68, so let's do 72. Just to push it a little bit. Again, 115 being full speed. I'm a little far away from that right now. It's kind of getting close before I hit some system crash issues over here. 3 and 4 and 1. And the sloppiness continues. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's just go back to 60 and try to get a good loop. See if I can, I don't know, do 2 in a row of 60 on the verse and not fall apart. I don't know if that's going to happen right now, but we'll try. And then hopefully hit the chorus before I run out of time. Chorus is really a lot of what we're already doing in the verse, so it's like, it's the same idea, it's just different variations of it, so it's good to do both of them. 4 and 1 and 2. 2 and 3. Get back to this tempo. So that's one time in a row, which doesn't count as in a row. I understand that, but it took a lot of my mental fortitude to just pull off one time. 3 and 4. Tried to do a good start and it did not happen. 1, 2, 3. So, I'm trying to do these segments inside segments. I'm probably just not ready for some of that stuff yet, right? Like thinking about getting a perfect take on my practice after kind of being MIA for a little bit. All right, so let's move on to this chorus. Let's go back down to 60 on this as well. And let's just tackle the first 4 measures. So we're kind of, the only thing that's really different in the beginning is that crash and less kick drum. So we got 1. So the last 4 measures, so only an 8-bar chorus. So really the same idea with the last one, just being that extra kick drum on the 2E, the E of 2. No one saw that. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 E and 1. So that's what's rusty after not playing. I've taught lessons. I've played a little bit of drums here or there. Kind of played in more preparation and fixing some frame rate issues that I was having, but not really focused, right? So like there's a little bit of lag in my kick. I wouldn't say out of shape, just out of mind. To E and 1 and started drifting those 16th notes a little bit. Got to keep them tight. 1 and 2 E and 1 and All right, let's try to do. We'll keep this chorus slow. I just do this at 60. Again, a little bit of sight reading. Which, sometimes I'm good at, sometimes I'm not. 2 and 3 and 4 and... Funny, just that crash to kick. I'm gonna kind of like do a couple of those just as practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twice now. So I don't want to jinx myself, but I think I can do a loop of this one in a minute. So let's do that again. Just click in on that last measure. We'll see what happens. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. little sloppy at the end. 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and a. Why did I put a crash there? I don't know. Let's try to do one more. I haven't gotten it yet, so. 1, 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and 3. 2 and a 3 and 4 and. And 4 and 1 and a. So my practice is getting a little lost. I was going to say derided, but I don't know if that's the right term. Probably the best one I've done today. So guys, Check out our website, musicwaythemessagepro.com. We have tons of sheet music. John is actually actively working on all of American Girl. We're going to release that as a full tablature. We try to write out all the guitars, drums, bass, piano, everything that's going kind of on in that song. Musically, that's a really good wrap-up that I just did. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll be doing more of these soon because computers are working. Everything's